The views, opinions, and comments shared in this video podcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions by this broadcast. We don't promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel are meant for educational purposes only.
A pleasant good morning and a happy new year to our viewing public. And I want to welcome one and all to our first New Year podcast. Right, I want to welcome Mr. Dave Sylvester once again to the show. Welcome, Mr. Sylvester.
Welcome. Good morning, sir. Good morning, general public. And I hope all had a wonderful Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year. The New Year has already started off kicking off. So I just want to wish thank Mr. Morgan for having me here again. So we could try to bring you all up to speed as to what is taking place in our country and whatever initiative that could help out for the future of our country. Mr. Morgan, I'm honored to be here again.
Okay. Mr. Sylvester, today we'll be discussing a number of things. I've invited you as my favored guest to discuss the whole issue about our crime situation. Why we are harping on crime is because of the sort of situation that Trinidad is finding itself in, right? There's enough evidence, there's enough reason to rationalize that we are not on the right path. We're definitely not on the right path. With the last crime scenario where I saw a number of people on the ground, bullet wounds, and they have families as well. Okay? And this shouldn't be the state of this country. If everybody is praying, if everybody is working towards eliminating crime or minimizing crime, this should not be the state. It appears that we're not winning the war.
Definitely we're not winning the war because there's initiatives to be put in place and that can be put in place and it's not being done at the top level. We have to come right back down to the people on the ground. As you keep saying, Mr. Morgan, the people on the ground knows more about the crime and how to fix crime more than those on top.
As you talk about the people on the ground, there's an article that we read over the newspaper about Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaica is asking that
people
they create an initiative where the community
get more involved.
Is more involved in the eradication of crime because they apparently, that is the community, the criminals would be in their midst, they would know each other, and in fact, they more or less control the community in a sense. The community is of the view that they rather be in a crime-infested community. That is a hell of a rationale.
There's no way you can get out of that.
All right? Yeah. No, it's not a matter. No way they can get out of that. If they're determining that there's something wrong with the society, they're telling themselves crime is a better way out with the criminal controlling and things like that. Something that the criminals offer in this community that will give them some level of comfort or some way of survival, and the authority have to examine that. However, coming back to the point that the community need to be involved, need to be empowered in order to help solve the issue of crime, I think that is something that
need to be worked on.
The Minister of National Security should, and his colleague should consider.
What the Jamaica Prime Minister was hinting at, more the people on the ground to help in the sense of more information. Every district have a good side and a bad side. Everybody, let's say for like this, our area where we are right now, almost everybody know who are the people doing the crime. And even in your own household, you know, well, a son, a daughter, a son-in-law, a father-in-law, a step, they know, in each house they know who are the criminals.
Correct.
So
correct. Yeah. But it is more than that. It's a question of establishing certain mechanism. Because it's their sons that is dying. It's their daughters that is getting
having fatherless
stray bullet and things like that. Okay? So basically, one initiative come to mind. That is the neighborhood watch where we lamented on and put forward of the police service, right? And we are working on it because we see these type of initiative by the police as a means of interacting positively with the community.
Correct.
And we need that sort of we'll call, help me with the word.
Well, I would say together, we are more togetherness. You understand?
Right, we need a collaboration.
So we get
right?
the police service, the community,
right?
The government,
the councillors that seem to be in the shadow doing what we don't know what they're doing. The social welfare.
No, that is like a game of draft. You know, you play draft, one up go first and then another one come on and then make you play and then you launch your attack. It's almost you have to put the right initiative on top and then you move the line come on. That's what you always say.
It is basically, I believe, is an initiative, a collaborative initiative whereby everybody will. All right?
Yeah, so if the government, the social welfare, the police service come together with this simple idea of community watch.
Now is the relevant authority have to take
no, well, of course
first.
You have to go through the regulation and you have to find out the know-hows and how to go about it.
No, it's a simple thing. It's a simple operation. There is already community watch in the neighborhood, in various neighborhoods. There is certain aspect. It's just that we have to have confidence in what we are about, and we execute it.
Correct.
Because it means that the community will be part and parcel. The law and various
other
institution will be involved.
Yeah.
And the question is to stamp out crime.
To stamp out the wickedness in the crime and the crime itself. Yeah.
So our intention at CPOS is to make these initiatives work by lobbying for the various changes and executing these initiatives, because we have lots of ideas of how it could be effective in our community. We could stamp down the crime, we could create employment opportunity that is required, and of course everybody will be happy, because that is one of the major lack of the community, where we develop our community. As we pinpointed before, there's need for infrastructural development in our area instead of the dilapidation of the community and so on, and we need to work on that.
We have to, as we keep saying, we have to have a cooperation between all the ethnic bodies, community, police service, social welfare, all have to come in on that initiative, especially the neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch has proven successful in other parts of our country, and I believe properly initiative, properly placed, it should have a greater impact.
Now, one might look at a community group, a community watch group, as something. What's the purpose? I might ask that question. But let me just give a little hint as to how the working of a community watch group could work. It would have various entities like government officials, right? And the purpose of the community watch is to create opportunities. Correct. Not only to put a sign, not only to sort of look at the risk areas where somebody come in the area and it require, a concern by the police and a sort of individual that is under suspicious and so on.
Yeah, but you see now certainly right, for instance, the police service, people don't have confidence in the police at this present time. Most of the public don't have confidence. So information coming out of the community to help the police service is an annoyance.
Okay, well, we have to take a break, Mr. Sylvester, and when we come back, we're sure to stick a pin and let us take a break.
Blessings.
The views, opinions, and comments shared in this video podcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions by this broadcast. We don't promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel are meant for educational purposes only.
Welcome back to the Michael Morgan Show, where we was indicating the whole issue about neighborhood watch and how we could execute an initiative like that. Now, before we take the break, we were saying that the community have a sort of part to play, and they mightn't be all that cooperative with the police or the authorities. Yeah. All right, we have no choice but to cooperate with the police and the authority to initiate these programs, right? Because we are suffering terribly. Every year, every morning we get up is a crime, is a killing, is a situation like what took place recently with the Turnapuna market as the case might be, right? And I think that is very terrible. The crimes rate in our society is really
that kind of boldness, they get bold face now, a kind of bold attitude because they realize they cannot be stopped in certain parts and areas, so they just have a bold.
Well, the government have to man up to their responsibility and really take the bull by the horn. All right, because society cannot accept that type of governance where it's crime every day.
It's affecting all along. Besides how we say the when a person die, grief. Besides all the grieving and griefs, it's affecting the work market. It affects the whole total run of the country because
it is not proper governance.
Not proper governance.
Like the bottom line, we can't begin to explain the whole issue about what it affecting and this, that, and that. We ain't here to do that. All right. So the fact remains that these is issues that we have to look at. We have to sort of advocate that the government need to really pull up their socks where that is concerned. And it's not only the government, is all society have to put a hand. All right, the civil society, the NPOs, the church, the steel band fraternity, and what have you. Yes. Society in a whole. We cannot continue down this road.
Must come together. Have to come together.
Well, I think we just come together for Carnival, eh?
Yes, Christmas.
So it's not to say that we're not coming together. We have to take a conscious decision to change that whole aspect. Either we pray every day instead of a Sunday, all right?
And hope this will happen.
No, we can't hope. It's not a hoping situation, okay? We definitely, this is a serious situation, because it shows, it demonstrates that our future generation mightn't survive.
Exactly.
They mightn't be able to survive.
Matter of fact, this crime seems more worse than AIDS. When AIDS came in the 80s and it was announced AIDS came in and the amount of people died, it ended up at a gap. It ended up at the center, the old folks, you have the folks in the middle and you have the young folks. So all the people in the middle died out, most of them died out, and then also end up with a population of old folks and young people. So the middle is very slim.
But we had to survive nevertheless.
Mm-hmm. You know,
right? We had to work ways and means how to survive. For instance, the COVID.
Yeah, that's another area again.
COVID come and gone, but we learn how to survive.
Right.
And we have to also determine if it is that we going to be taking the vaccine or if we're not going to take the vaccine.
Yeah,
that was a decision
to be made by the people themselves.
That was a decision that was forced upon us for some of us to take the vaccine while some decide that they don't want a vaccine in their body. So those scenarios is that the people have to determine what sort of society they live in and basically how they're going to carry on with their lives. And we are saying at the Michael Morgan Show is that we have to take cognizance of the evil that is taking place in Trinidad. All right? Another subject we want to move on is the IC
Integrity Commission.
Integrity
Oh
Commission.
gosh. An institution like that coming under the battering ram, what it is getting right now. This is with the areas the people losing confidence. When they hear in problem like ICC, Integrity Commission having problem, that is a governing body to keep these government officials in check. Once they go into a government job or governmental position, the Integrity Commission job is to analyze and make sure that whatever you put forward, what you own.
What is the problem with the IC Commission?
The commission is that the problem right now they're getting blockade. Right now, with as the Prime Minister, he have 10 matters before the ICC, the Integrity Commission, or about 10 matters. He does not want to declare all his assets. That's what the Integrity Commission is mostly about. The Integrity Commission job.
Be a little flow.
You understand? Sorry. The Integrity Commission job is to keep our officials, the people that we voted for to work for us, is to keep them in check.
Right.
That's what the Integrity Commission, the whole embodiment of the Integrity, that's what it is about.
What is the problem with the IC
Well,
Commission?
the problem they're having right now.
We don't have the time to
What it's claiming, what the Prime Minister is claiming, funding. Now, when the Integrity Commission wins a matter for a particular type of body of people, they have to have the money to pay the people. If they lose a matter, come the same thing. You know that? If they take on a matter against one of the ministers and they lost, they have to have the money to. They will get sued, so that have that. But right now, what the Prime Minister is stating, he's blocking the funding by making up all sorts of illicit excuse. But this paperwork ain't done
So
right.
He could
But he can veto.
manipulate that.
He can't manipulate the whole Integrity Commission because their job is set an earmark. You have to declare your asset.
Right.
But for some reason, he's finding all sorts of problems not to declare certain type of assets that he has.
All right. What about the situation with the cricket?
That's another hell hole again now. How could you, the financial part of trying to make a cricket board, could give a man a blank check? You doing business and we giving people a blank check?
Nobody get fired for that?
I want to know that the whole entire board supposed to move out for that. That is blatant.
How they
that is
get
a
away with
blatant
that?
crime.
How they get away with that?
You talking about what caused the person who blow the whistle on this matter resign their job, and then they blow the whistle on the matter. So right now trying to build cricket board, wheeling and dancing. You understand? The whistleblower put everything on the papers. So right now he's claiming that no more blank check.
Okay, so that is quite a lot to munch on, Mr. Sylvester.
$500,000 gone missing before they make the announcement. So what about the players' money? You understand?
And
To
it
run the
have
association.
nothing in the
Nobody getting locked up.
It have nothing in the what we could do, what society could
What
do.
the people, what we could do? Here we could go in front of the building with placards and highlight the problem that they're giving us. That's one way. The other way we could use the media, just as they use the media to cover the mistakes. We could use the media for that. But I like placards, and banners in front of the building. Let the whole, and invite the media, let the whole entire nation see and hear what it is they really do with our money.
But you suggesting that we could get locked up because of
No, we won't get locked up. It's a peace march.
the peace man.
Yes, I will put a coffin.
Tear gas and all these sort of things.
No. We're not
protesting.
We're protesting, not in a violent manner. It's a silent march.
A silent
With
march.
the posters and our banners will be doing the talking for
Well,
us.
the way of this society going, I think if you do silent march, you ain't proving much of a point.
What?
But what you're saying about the paper state man of the people?
Oh, the whole lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only
And one of his famous speeches, if a lion and him fighting,
feel sorry for the
forget
lion.
about
Feel sorry for the lion.
Feel sorry for the lion.
He,
What's the meaning of that? What was the,
to show how powerful he is, right? But that is a form of showing how much power he expressing.
He has confidence.
He has confidence in himself that he can beat a lion behind.
Right, all right.
And in politics, there had to be.
So we must give condolence to the family of the fox, right? Pandy.
Yeah, he has done a lot. He has had his fair share of illicitness, but he has done a lot for the poor man. He was one of the men the people behind the wage bill, from George Chamber coming into him with the wage bill is concerned. Otherwise, we would not be getting $20.50 an hour from the 1st of January 2024.
So he's
one of the pioneers behind the wage bill matter. So I'm grateful, Mr. Pandey, for that. It's about a matter he handled too, but.
Well, give us some examples, man.
He was
a Pandey man.
Matter of fact, he was one of the first premises ever get locked up.
Okay.
If I'm history right.
All right.
You understand? He got locked up for a reason. You understand? If you don't get locked up for no reason, you get locked up for a reason.
But he's one of the big boys who
they
choose.
And his time
choose the thing.
His time was around the clique warfare. Remember the clique warfare?
Yeah.
And that was handled in a more abbreviated matter because that was total destruction of our country. We had to pay all them because not just Trinidad and Tobago, all of the Caribbean chain, clique have businesses.
Yeah.
And if Trinidad branch failed, which is the main branch, you know what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to lose their job, their homes, their insurance, car insurance. That would have been one hell of a pitch. So I had to give him initiative on that for helping solve that problem.
All right, we have here on the papers initiative by the Jamaican Prime Minister, where we want to revisit that he sees it fit to sort of get the community involved in sort of empowering themselves to sort of deal with the crime situation, right?
Yes.
So we want to revisit that article.
But what he is stating is that a police in a station cannot know that a person is going to die at 2 o'clock. It's when the call coming after 2 o'clock, the person died, then they will know that a particular crime happened. But the community itself, any community, knows who these people are. And they refuse to talk or say anything because
there's a code, there's a situation where you mustn't rat on your neighbor.
But it's causing side effects.
It's causing a
lot of side effects.
You
understand? Because their families under stress by these people, right? These people
but
come to do the damages.
These people is the same brother and sister and family. Uncle who is in a life of crime. So when we talk about the violence and the crime and so on, it has to do with governance.
Yes.
It has to do with a certain particular type of governance, right? And if there is want, okay, if there is a need, the people will find a way to sort of circumvent the whole question of they're not getting that need that the government's supposed to be providing and looking for everybody, not only for the 1%, or making a provision for the 1%. All right, I think that is one of the issues in the society. Hence the reason for the neighborhood watch. With our neighborhood watch that we are advocating, we are proposing that we have the various stakeholders as part of that neighborhood watch. Not we watching the neighborhood. It ain't nothing like that.
There's a lot of things too that could come off for the neighborhood watch, that will help a lot. You understand? Like the safety of our children going to school, the safety of the old folks in the area. His neighborhood watch will be keeping an eye. When these patrols are passing and they're doing their patrols or whatever, they'll be helping to keep an eye on all these things. Abusive parents on their children, same as that abusive children to their parents. The neighborhood watch will be able now to transcend these messages. You're not going to get directly involved for confrontation with people, but they can take a note of what they observe. And the information will go forward to the commanding base, which will now analyze the information and see what perspective can be done in the various.
That is a wonderful idea that we could do.
The neighborhood watch, I think it should be commonly for our area.
Right? What I was thinking about is that the neighborhood watch could examine areas where we could provide opportunities for the entrepreneurs, for housing, a number of different things, because the politician will be part and parcel. You notice how it have the police council in various community, right? But
they're not expanding on these things. They have to expand more.
No, well, the people have to realize that there's a need for it, and hence the reason we are lobbying for that sort of initiative to take place in East Port of Spain.
A lot of good will come up for the neighborhood watch because it's working in other areas.
So we want to give kudos to that initiative from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and believe that I believe that is something that we surely should adopt in Trinidad, because we need to change the direction in where the society as a whole. It's not community like hotspot and things, the whole society is wanted.
It affects everybody.
Yeah.
At all levels.
Folks, we have come to the end of the Michael Morgan show, and I would like to invite you to next week, where we will be highlighting other guests. The issue is to come, give your story, and it is all about basically highlighting our issues so that we could improve, we could influence, we could agitate for a change. So thank you.